Welcome back to Tequila Tales, along with my trusty sidekick, Mocha. I am in the all-new Tequila Tiki here at Tim's Hideaway, home of Tequila Tales, the official YouTube channel. Today, got a very special treat for you. Codigo 1530 Rare Hare. Guys, girls, this is the most expensive tequila I've purchased to date. Just under $1,000 here. I'm gonna give you the full view as a little teaser. The full review is coming up next, along with some special bonuses. I mean, look at this packaging, you guys. Are you kidding me? The attention to detail is absolutely incredible. Codigo 1530 Rare Hare review with my sidekick Mocha coming up next. All right, so let's open up this bad boy, show you every single component with it. Again, this is super impressive. This is probably more expensive than some of my luggage I've had in the past. It's absolutely incredible. If you look here, I'm just gonna be very careful because I don't want to break this. I'm pulling off this etched casing. I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna do my best because there's bottles in there, right? Here we go. Etched casing. Look at this. Incredible. Codigo Rare Hare Conejo Anejo. I take it back. Anejo Conejo. I'm reading it through the mirror, so it's obviously backwards. But look at this. This is like plexiglass. I could probably shoot a puck against this and it wouldn't work, but I don't have a slap shot I used to. Anyways, you open up the inside. I'm gonna read this to you because I think it's very special and I think it's very important you understand exactly what we're getting into. Codigo 1530 Tequila and Playboy Spirits are pleased to present this limited edition Double Barrel Anejo. A refined and incredibly smooth tequila aged in Napa Valley Cabernet barrels and finished in fine French oak Spanish Sherry Fino casks. Guys, this has me excited. I'm not gonna read the rest because it gives away some stuff on production notes. I don't ever like doing that. I like to do my own, so does Mocha. And then we go back and we see what other people say, but I like to do my own tasting and write down notes. Okay, again, fine presentation. Wow, everything etched in there, right? That's embalmed, that's a horrible, I'll be embalmed after I drink this, I'll tell you that. It's embossed on there right there. This is hot stamped on, as we say in the skincare business. Gluten-free, imported by Codigo Imports, Miami, my backyard, right here. And NAM 1616, so more on that later. Very excited for this one, you guys. Very excited. I mean, just a cool bottle, right? It's the color of Mocha, the dog, okay? All right, a couple bonuses here. I always like when they do this. My second favorite offer I've got after a Maestro Dobel, which review coming up very soon. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Maestro Dobel Extra Anejo. Got it in Mexico, can't get it anywhere else. It's pretty rare stuff. That's coming up next. I opened it last weekend, got a lot to share on that. That's got a real cool presentation. You actually have a drawer you can pull out, put your watches in there and stuff. I will be keeping that box. Dog's down for the count. Dog jumped off. But here you get these cool Codigo tasting glasses, which are a little bit discolored, so I'm not going to be using those today. But again, let's just look at this before we get into the review. All hardwood here too, right? A lot of stuff etched on the back. See if there's any highlights I can read you. But this is a very, very well put together, again, double barrel anejo, only 1,530. And if you want to look here, this is probably the best thing to show you. If you look right there, you'll see my number. Okay, so if you can't read that, I've got number 1311 of 1530. So I got it here at my local place here that I always go to, Primos. I don't know if I got one of the last ones or it just, that's the way they got shipped out, right? So you're gonna get my full review on this next. I'm gonna put this back together again, let it rest, and then we'll be back. And without further ado, I'd like to take some time here right now to recognize the top 5 Playboy cover models of all time. Let's start off with Jenny McCarthy, who made her Playboy debut in 1993 as a centerfold and later went on to be named Playmate of the Month and even Playmate of the Year. Shortly after, MTV enlisted McCarthy to co-host the popular 90s dating show Singled Out, which put her on the map as a model and personality on the pop culture map. Entertainment Weekly called McCarthy the Vanna White for the MTV generation, and she was praised for her plucky, outspoken, and signature touchy-feely hosting methods. She even parlayed her fame into multiple roles into TV, film, and even 2 of her own self-titled sitcoms. But in recent years, she's been more known for her work as an activist for autism awareness on behalf of her own autistic son, Evan, and the challenges and preconceptions associated with parenting autistic children. Slow clap for Jenny. Way to go. Next up on our top 5 Playboy covers is Donna D'Errico, the blonde who was growing up in Alabama, raised in Georgia, and a devoted student at her local Catholic school. She says she grew up sheltered and felt like an ugly duckling. Disagree with that one, Donna. She ended up moving to Las Vegas, where she drove a limousine before making her big break as a playmate. As Miss September 1995, she ended up winning over the producers at NBC and got a role on Baywatch. She ended up marrying Motley Crue member Nikki Sixx, and though they did eventually divorce, she turned back to her Catholic roots for inspiration. And after a successful crowdfunding campaign in 2012, she climbed Mount Ararat in Turkey in search of the remains of Noah's Ark. Another great Playboy model doing great things. And of course, no list is complete without Pamela Anderson, who has appeared on the cover 13 times starting in 1989, ending at the age of 43 in 2013. Her career started when she was wearing a t-shirt of Labatt's beer on a Jumbotron in a Canadian Football League game. Her boyfriend at the time then produced an image of this, and the company hired her to be a spokesmodel. Shortly after, she moved to the United States to pursue a career in modeling and was immediately placed as the cover girl on Playboy's October 1989 issue. She then had breast implant surgery, kudos to that, and increased her bust to 34D. She then increased it to 34D many years later. Her Playboy career spanned 22 years, and of course you probably know her from shows like Home Improvement, Barbed Wire, and of course, Baywatch. She's really into PETA, kudos to that. Again, just a Playboy model doing great things out there. And she has a historic career of having 2 kids with Tommy Lee, among many, many, many other things. I could dedicate an entire video to Pam Anderson, but for brevity, we're gonna cut it right there. No list can be complete without Carmen Electra. Carmen Electra is a sex symbol from the 1990s who was discovered in my hometown of Minneapolis by Prince, who produced her self-titled debut studio album released in 1993. A couple years after that, she started glamour modeling and then became her big appearance in Playboy. She was in there a few times before relocating to LA, where she had a breakthrough playing Lanny McKenzie in the drama series Baywatch. Do you guys see a theme here? There's a lot of Baywatch girls on this list. Carmen Electra needs no introduction. She's done a lot of different things with movies, being in a lot of parody movies over the years. Carmen Electra was also famously married to Dennis Rodman. You can see profiles of that and some of the relationship on the ESPN 30 for 30, The Last Dance. She clearly is a pop culture icon and a sex symbol, and that's all we'll say about Carmen. Again, she needs no introduction. Congrats on making it to the top 5 list. And last but not least, Anna Nicole Smith. If you don't know Anna Nicole Smith, you probably weren't born in the 2000s. Anna Nicole was very famous. Anna Nicole was a Playboy Playmate of the Year in 1993. She was also a guest model, took over from Claudia Schiffer, another one who should be on this list, but she wasn't in Playboy that I know of. She also did H&M ads. She also famously married an 89-year-old billionaire who passed a couple years later and had a long Supreme Court battle over her estate. She had her own TV show, was in multiple movies, made headlines for her Marilyn Monroe-esque looks. Sadly, Anna Nicole passed away just miles from where I am right now in the Hollywood Hard Rock due to overdose of a prescription drug. Anna Nicole, may you rest in peace. You were unforgettable, and you were the 5th on this list, and now we're going to drink some tequila. So I let this rest for a while. It's opening up quite a bit, and I'm really excited to get into this again. Here's the bottle. The box is behind me. It's just impeccable presentation, right? Codigo's a brand I've been used to for a while. I had their Rosé. I think they call it the Rosa. A few years ago, I liked that. It's kind of like the Cali Rosa, which I reviewed. Link will be below. Again, subscribe, like this video. You'll see all my stuff. I have playlists. You can just go right through the tequila reviews and entertain yourself. Los Codigos also has an Extra Anejo, which I'll be sampling soon. And they have a Mezcal, which I have not opened, but the bottle is so cool. And usually, I don't like the bottles, but the brand has always been good to me, and I'm sure this one will be too. So that one I had to add to my collection. So I bought it actually the same time I bought this one. The Codigos are the Jalisco codes, and these are something that have been in production since 1530. So that's where that brand name comes from. Again, this is a collab with Playboy, which needs no introduction. In fact, I don't know if you guys know, I was on the cover of Playboy once. Hold on, let's flip to that. Yep, yours truly. Cover of Playboy in Las Vegas when photoshopping was very primitive and you just stood behind 2 models. So here we go. Let's get into the official tasting. I can't wait to get into this. So this one was aged just over 2 years. And on the nose, you'll get a lot of spice. Spicy pepper is what I get. Definitely some fruits in there. Most likely the dried fruits being the age of this tequila. And of course you get some sweetness in there. I don't know if it's not caramel, it's even sweeter than that. I'm gonna go with like a clove or a honey there. Well, screw it. Enough smelling this. I could smell the roses out here all day long and smell the palm trees and the recently dropped rain here in South Florida. And I'm going to steam real soon if I keep sitting out here in this heat. I know it doesn't look like it, but we got humidity up in here. So let's just go after this. Oh, wow. Very strong vanilla notes right in the beginning. Ends with almost like a dark maraschino cherry at the end. Sweet, doesn't have that kick at the end that a tequila usually gives you. Nothing like Tears of Girona, nothing like Ray Sol where you get that kick. Let me go again. Maybe I just was so excited I didn't even go with it. Didn't even feel it. Super viscous, oily. Good mouthfeel, just coats the mouth when you have it in there. It's almost like if you were to mix vanilla Coke and cherry Coke together, but with not vanilla Coke, like the actual vanilla extract in there. Those are the two overpowering flavors I get, vanilla and cherry. Not like the typical tequila that I like that gives you that punch at the end, but just definitely one that I like and I guarantee friends will like, because again, there's a lot of people that aren't into that tequila kick at the end, that oomph, you know, at the very end. And I've said that in almost all my videos. If you watch me for a while, please subscribe, you should be. Tequila gives you a kick at the end, right? You're gonna want and feel that kick that tells you it's real without a lot of sugar, additives, everything else they put in there. And the sugar comes from different sources. This doesn't give that to me, but I like it. I could drink this every day. 83 tequila matchmaker, most likely be my score. Again, there's a whole factor I don't get that kick. And I'm scared to know if there's an additive in there. I believe that this brand is additive free. It has been in the past. So correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, and please welcome comment. Tell me if you like this. Tell me if you're in South Florida and you want to have a sip of this. This is going to be one that I'm going to be keeping close to the vest. So, you know, maybe I should do a giveaway or something to have a sipping once we get a little bit bigger. Wow. I like it. Wish it had that kick at the end. But again, I love this, and I think if you're a bourbon drinker or someone coming from, I take that back. Not even a bourbon drinker. Bourbon drinkers will love this. But I think if you're a Cabernet drinker, you're really going to enjoy this. I get a lot of that, and that's got to be where the cherry's coming from. It's obvious, right? I mean, I sound like a dipshit right now, but that's super obvious. That's where it's coming from. You're not going to get cherries from anywhere else. Cabernet barrels, a cherry. I'm figuring it out as I go, you guys. Obviously, you can see this isn't scripted. This is very genuine. I drink right off the cuff. I don't take notes. I don't sip it before in a bottle like this. So that's my review. Codigo 1530, the Anejo Conejo partnership Anejo Tequila. This is not an Extra Anejo. Let's make that very clear, right? I know I compared it to some Extra Anejos. This is not an Extra Anejo. So when you get this price point and stuff, you're probably going to think that. And I think that's probably where my mind was wandering. But super good Anejo. Nothing like I've had before in that category. And I'll be savoring this, but certainly being very happy drinking it. That's my Codigo 1530 Anejo Conejo review, collaboration with Playboy. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the Playboy model walk through history and time machine. Rest in peace, Anna Nicole Smith. Catch me in the next video.